Okay. Hi, my name is Sergey Savastyuk, and I have a PhD these days would have called AI, but in fact it is applied mathematics. And today I'm going to talk about how to use AI screener, which we created at Tickeron. This is a legal information. You can find this on our website. And this, what I'm going to talk about is pretty much AI screener, as it was promised, introduction, screener versus scanner, very interesting feature about the group trends. Plus, we'll show you how to create features. And also we'll show a couple of new features, and we will see what happens. Okay. So, for the sake of proof that it is a live webcast, so today is Thursday, February 26th, about 5 o'clock on the West Coast. And let's look what happened with the market. Today was, it's a kind of okay day. It is S&P 500 lost about 0.5%. And let's see, just for the sake of interest, what was done by us, meaning we have interesting feature. This is a home watch list, which is can be created by the user, by you guys, okay? And the trending stock are the stocks which are picked up by AI. And on this 0.5% show loss on the market, let's see how we performed. Okay. So as you can see, I have a list, several stocks. I'm not going to go through all of them, but I will show you how to use it. Okay. So as you can see, this one light was, and this is the most interesting column. Maybe we should put it actually right closer. Was placed to this list on February 1st, 2026. So that means about a month ago. Okay. So when we place, we kind of make a record that it is February 1st, and it's already made 60% within 1 month. Okay. So that means the AI picked up this stock on February 1st. We place it on the list. And then let's see how it performs. 60% is already good. Whatever happened, happened. Okay. So let's see. Oh, okay. It did lose 6%, but out of 60, I think it's still a pretty good deal. Okay. So let's see. A USAS, we place it on the list February 22nd, which is like what, 4 days ago. It is plus 16%. And what happened? Okay, it made 5%, 5.72 percentage points. Okay. And the price of the stock only $9. It is a pretty good deal. Okay. So let's check another one. This one. What is that? It is Planet Lab plus almost 4%. Okay. So let's see when it was placed on. It was placed on December 25th, 2025. So that means a couple of months, and it plus 32%. Okay. So I'm not going to go further, but as you can see, I did not make up anything. It is a list, and as you can see, it is also somewhat copied to my home watch list, and I will show you how to copy. Okay. And this is an important feature because we're going to use the same thing on the screener. So as you can see, this bell, one is yellow, another is black. If you're gonna go and click on the bell, as you can see, there's in some check boxes, I have something. So that means I'm going to be receiving notifications. And as soon as I have these check boxes checked, clicked, then it immediately shows up in your home watch list. So we control this list, which is called trending stocks. And black means there is nothing. Okay. So that means I don't have USAAS. And as you can see, boom, there's nothing. Okay. So let's talk about this one. So I can check buy, sell, strong buy, strong sell. Then there is a technical analysis signals. Then signals actions when it is winner or loser. earnings reports, some dividend reports, blogs, everything. And these are a couple of windows which are good. I like them because I can place here any price. As soon as the stock crosses from top, bottom, or bottom up, you're going to get notification. Okay. So I'm clicking here, boom, buy, sell, right? And now save and start. You see, now it's becoming yellow and US AS. I'm going to my home watch list. And I see here now on my list. It was not before, it is immediately recorded. That's how you can copy from our suggestions to their whole watch list. And now let's see the proof. As you can see, it is recorded on February 26, 2026. Okay, so that means today is February 26, and it is live webcast. And as you can see, this slide was recorded by me, right, on February 9th, most likely on the same webcast. Okay, so that means here AI placed on February 1st, on February 9th, I recorded on my list, and on my list, after recommendation, even a week later, I could have made, if I placed the real bet, 17%. Okay, so that's how it works. So that's a brief introduction to this bell. As you can see, all these bells now kind of yellow, right? Orange. And you can see our peaks. This is a buy and hold, this type of so 16%, 32. We introduced that feature not a long time ago, right? So you see it's 35%. It's doing pretty well, actually, 29%, February 4th, and so on, okay? It's a really good feature, okay? So now, now back to the webcast. Now, when you arrive to the system, you log in, you might have a free subscription or premium subscription, and today is all about screener. So you go here, this is a screener, and screener home. Okay, you open the screener home. As you can see, you see the same bells. So if you see orange, that means it is in my watch list, home watch list. If it is black, it is not in the home watch list. Okay? So if I want, for instance, NVIDIA on my home watch list, I then click on the bell, boom, I check box, anything, and it's gonna go and copy it to the home watch list. That's how easy it is. Okay, now let's see the same columns which are in the home watch list. These are the daily signals, and this is intraday signals. Intraday signals mean we have bots which are trading intraday. These are signals end of day. So that means only at the end of the day, our systems calculates and make a suggestion, prediction, and then based on all this information, which are primarily in the screener, you are gonna get this type of records, okay? So as you can see, Apple, it is a strong buy. In order to find out why our AI thinks it's strong buy, you click on Apple, you get, we call it the ticker page, okay? And as you can see on the right, it is a strong buy. The same bell, right? It's here. And the signal was given 1 day ago and already made 2.5%, okay? So this window shows how we trade Apple intraday with intraday robots, okay? So today we will also kind of match the S&P 500 about half of a percentage point. It's not a big deal, but as you can see here, we're trading Apple 73%. You can pick and choose wherever you're interested, and these are the records, and then you can go and look, okay? So that's the way it works. As you can see, you can set up the same thing here and in a screener, okay? Okay, now, so we now know the columns. Now let's look at what we have. Let's start from the top to bottom. So we have ability to select stocks, ETFs, crypto. Actually, we're going to be removing mutual funds. We don't have a lot of kind of interest to that. And then group trends. I believe that's the most interesting feature comparing all other screens we have, you might find. So what you have here is not industry, but small groups, let's say 25 stocks, apparel, footwear, retail. Okay. So as you can see, it's sorted by the strong buy or strong, let's say, sell. Okay. It's hold. It's no sell. Okay. Interesting. And then you see the performance. 1 day performance, 1 week. It is the performance of the group. Okay. So 1 week, 1 month, 1 day, 6 months, and 1 year. And it's been performing green pretty much on any time interval, and it is still strong buy, which is a really good deal, right? So then water utilities, medical distributors, okay? So what else is very green? Wholesale distributors, you see? So in order to get some sense of some narrative, so some directions of a group, because you really want to understand, before you invest, you have to understand how the group is moving. If you don't understand how the group is moving, most likely you're going to lose, okay? So the group must be moving. And for that reason, actually, I have that picture. This one, I like this picture. So stocks moving and herds. And if a herd is moving and then one, let's say, sheep kind of goes outside of the herd, typically goes back. Okay, either some dogs are going to help or shepherds. So they move in the herd. So that means if you have this ability to deal with groups. Okay, I'm sorry, here. Then it's really good screen. Okay, so then it is a interesting screen because now you can split and see the performance of the industries, really official industries, which you can find in the different. So let's say you can click 1 month and you can see that in industrial services making 11% as a group, as an industry. Okay. So then this is the top 3 daily performance. So that means you can immediately find what's going on and looks like broadcasting as a group, right? As a top 3 daily performance today, right? Hotels and tracking, this is the worst performance, okay? So you see -5%, coal, alternative power didn't do well, and electronic production equipment, okay? So you can look within a week, the same thing. And then actually kind of the same analysis. If the precious metal within a week kind of moves up and making 11% within a week, it is really, you have to pay attention, okay? So this one creates kind of almost sentence type of approach where you can pick up stocks which are, let's say, undervalued. Okay, so immediately apply filter. Okay, so undervalued stocks trending in the direction bullish within a week. Price range. Let's say here you can pick up whatever range. Let's say you're interested between, I like this 10 and 50. It's a reasonable range for retail investors. And then what industry? Any. Okay. So that means I created a filter with this type of a smart approach, apply filter, and out of about 4,000 stocks, I have 247, okay? So, and these are the stocks, and then you can sort that by, let's say, strong buy. Now I'm sorting out the strong buys, and I can show you how to create a watch list. So for instance, what I can do, I can click here, and the very first 20, you see 20 out of 247, And now, you see, I can do the following. This blue field is activated, and I can copy it to the clipboard. Click, boom. And the next step I can do is as follows. I can even do chart, okay? And I'm going to and place it right in the chart where you all can copy this, okay? So it is a bonus, and that's where you have 20 stocks which have a strong buy and with all these criteria, and then you have this list already in your Zoom chat, okay? So now let's move on. Indexes, okay? So as you can see, there are different indexes, and you can see gold, uh, and that's a filter, right? So I'm interested in gold, Amex oil, and then you can apply filter, and then you will see what's going on with these stocks which belong to these indices. It's gold and oil, okay? And then you see within a year, gold gained 196%, right? So now, next one. You can also create the same thing as a watch list. Oh, I showed you the clipboard. I didn't show you how to create a watch list. Let's do only gold because it's performing well and gonna most likely gonna continue. So apply filter. Okay, you always don't forget to click on apply filter. So how many stocks do I have? 17. Okay. So what I can do, click here. And now I am again activating this. And that means I can move pretty much anywhere. I can create a watch list. Click here, add new, record, and be done with that. Okay. So if you are interested, then I can show you where you can get this my watch lists. Okay. So you see, this is my watch lists. You click here, and now these are, I've been doing that for quite a long time. I created this list 01, 07, 21. So it is 5 years ago I created this bullish watch list. I click here. You see, now I'm extracting my records of 5 years ago. Okay. And let's see how it performed. Okay. So now, you see, it's pretty much that list I created January 721, 5 years ago. And these are the records. You see, January 721. So that means 182%, 480%, 300%, and so on. So that means this list was created by the screener, okay, with some features. And then I made the record. And these are the records 270%, 2000%, 106%. It's not a penny stock, it's real performance out of the screener. Okay, that's how well it can do. Okay, so now let's go back. So we were. So now it is themes. Now you can, let's say, 5G theme, buildings. And so you can pick up the theme and apply the filter, click, and now you have a list. Okay. Oh, yeah. Tickers. So this pretty much you can create your own list which you can analyze. I'm already having time where I have to show you other things. Okay, so I focused only on this one. So now, how to build a filter? You can find a lot of features, but I believe our is the best because look, what your options? This is a stocks. This is a stocks excluding penny. This is a pure penny stocks, and these are the OTC over the counter. Okay. So now, for instance, how you can create. Oh, these are the trends. Now, what I'm going to do is to get here on the screener. So, for instance, I'm going to select all strong buys. I don't need to click on the apply filter immediately. Um then FA score, it is fundamental analysis score, and then technical analysis score, any price. Again, let's select between 5 and 10 and 50, I like this range. Volume over a million shares per day, and market cap, let's say large cap 10 billion and 200 billion. Okay, now I created a filter. Apply filter, and I have 116 stocks right here out of 4,000. And this is the list. You see all of them strong buys. Okay. And I also can create a watch list or move anywhere. You see, this moment, this blue field is not activated. As soon as I click, then it's becoming activated. And now I can create a watch list and then pick it up tomorrow, or I can move it to the scanner where we will see intraday information, or you can, in the scanner, you can really look at your performance of your. Now, you see, this list, which was just picked up, is right here. Okay. So that's with one click, you can move it pretty much anywhere to any module through this blue field. Okay. What else? Okay, now you understand how to create a filter, and now you can actually save the filter. So what you can do, you can save as. Okay, so you see it gives you name. You can and save. Now I have that saved and this in my watch list. Okay, with the name and everything. Okay, and let's say view filter. This is your feature, and it's recorded in plain English. You see what is here written? Stocks excluding penny with buy sell signal strong buy and price between 10 and 50 and volume over 1 million and market cap this and that. You see, so I saved it. I viewed that, and then I can extract that anytime I want, and I can test it in a time machine. Okay, so what it means test it in the time machine? It's like in the movie. I can take that feature, go to pretty much change date. You see, today is February 26, 2026. Okay, so that's today. So if I go here, it gives me points where I can apply my feature in the past. And if it works in the past, then there's a good probability going to work in the future and today. Okay. So for instance, I changed the date, and this date is what? August 30th, 2024. So that means I'm applying this feature, which I just created, and it's selected at that time 155 stocks. It's like in the movie Back to the Future. It's time machine, right? So it pretty much allows you to look what would have happened if you apply this feature with a strong buy. So that means it's picking up stocks in the past, but now you see the future. Okay, where's the future? It's right here. It's picking up right here, and it's going up. It's going up. You see, it's going up. This one didn't do well. So it's like 3 out of 5, 6 up. You see, it's doing really well because now you can test your filter in the past because you know the future. Why you know the future? Because you are in 2024. That's how the time machine works. Okay. Uh, so let me see. Now, I showed you, so now go back, change the date, and go back to today. Okay, I'm going back to today. So today is the day, February 26, 2026. Okay. So now we went through this and I showed you how to make this. Now let's look what we have here. It's a lot of kind of lines, but as soon as you get used to that, it's very useful. This is a scorecard. What scorecard gives us, it's a fundamental analysis. So that means we're analyzing according to our own, let's say, undervalued stocks, right? Overvalued stocks, profit versus risk, and some other interesting parameters and criteria. Okay, this is a technical analysis. It includes stochastic, and this is a score, technical analysis score. So it's 4 green, 2 red. Okay, and MACD, Aron, momentum, Bollinger Bands, moving averages, and things like that. So then, this is the raw fundamentals. That's what you typically get when you go to another filter. I'm sorry, to another screener. And then with one click, I now know what I had as earnings and the history of earnings and the history of dividends. Okay. So you see, with one click, you get fundamental analysis, technical analysis, fundamentals, earnings, and dividends, and the entire score, which is really full presentation. Okay. What is going on? Okay. And then one of the columns, we buy the data and see what the insiders are doing. So this is insider trading. As you can see, for this company, Amcor, I know it is in the semiconductor packaging equipment and the packaging. So it means you look, somebody bought 9 million and sold 500 million. It's an interesting sign, which takes that into account. This company, you see, insiders bought 49,000 and sold 346. You see? Okay. So 8 million bought, 272 sold. So that means insiders are selling and selling and selling. So there's a very important feature to look at. Okay. So now I showed you that, and now these columns, pretty much, you see every column kind of describes what is going on. And one of the interesting feature, I always like that. Let's say everyone knows, let's say moving average, okay? So why we have here days? And I was always kind of fascinated with the question, like, let's say moving average gives a signal. Next day or 3 days later, I come, and the question is that too late? Okay, so that's what we do. We analyze that this signal, let's say momentum, was given 2 days ago, and it is not a good signal. Okay, but overall, we're looking at the overall picture. Moving average was given 1 day ago as a signal, and then 70% chances is going to move up. Okay. So it is always with the different indicators, they could be contradictory. So what we do, we look at this in aggregative mode and then decide what's going to happen. Okay? That's how we do technical analysis. The same thing with the fundamental analysis. We put all of these parameters to AI, and AI analyzes the whole thing and says in the scorecard, buy or sell, and then gives the final recommendation what's going to happen. Okay. That's pretty much what I wanted to show you. I showed you all this, and again, it's right here, whether or not we do have this daily signals. This is intraday signals. And see if we have a bot. Yes, we have a bot, and bot trades intraday 30% annualized. Okay. So that means not all of them have it. Let's see if we have on this one. Yes, also have 11% only. It's not always good, so you have to pick and choose. I'm not going to. Oh, I'll show you one feature which is going to be coming out soon, as I promised. Let's say Amcor. Okay, I'm coming here, and uh, the new feature is how to take all this data and read a really well-written article about Amcor in a second, okay? So what you can do is to use this button, Analyze with Tickeron AI. It is not released yet. We're testing, and you're going to see that soon. And what you do, you click, and then this is some kind of options which are going to be then later presented to you. It is still in the testing mode. So what it does, our AI goes and analyzes different data and then present this data to you in the readable text where you can make up your mind, not with the numbers, but with the cohesive text which you can read. And by the way, while I'm talking, it is still strong buy. One day, this 3% is so view. Okay, now you view, boom. Amcor technology, stock analysis, AI packaging, momentum accelerate. So that means it's still in the play. Recent developments, you can read about the products of Amcor, what are the improvements, outlook, and everything you need to understand more. Okay, so that means you can get this picture, and then you can read our technical and fundamental analysis of Amcor. Okay, so then here is interesting column, all companies which somewhat correlated to this one, and there's some numbers of correlation because, and then you can read about earnings, you can read about the dividends, you can read about industry. So there's a lot of information. It's all on one page. So that concludes my presentation. You're going to be able to see, it's 35 minutes, pretty long. I wanted to make it short. But you will be able to watch this video on our page related to the webcast. It's going to be a recording placed on our website maybe tomorrow, the day after tomorrow. Thank you, and goodbye.